What's up, everybody? I'm Big Mike. I've been a reseller for 6 months. In this episode, I'm going to be sharing the items that have sold for me in the past week. Let's get at it. All right, this first item is HB Big and Tall shirt, 4XLT. This is the first item that sold. In fact, I got this little cha-ching hit on my way to first yard sale of the season, and paid full price, $14.99, what I was asking. Not a great brand, but anytime you can find Big and Tall, I think I picked this up for $2 at Salvation Army. Next up, this Lange volumizing brush dryer. I have no clue what it's like to deal with like women's beauty items, but I found this at a local thrift store for $3. I quickly just looked up the comps and said, absolutely yes, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. So I picked it up, tested it out, everything worked. Sat on it for a little while. For whatever reason, it didn't really sell at the price I'd originally listed it at, but eventually somebody came along, paid full price, $36. Got lowballed on this one a couple of times, like $20, things like that. So sometimes it pays to sit on an item for a little bit. This is continuation of my battery haul, RC cars and stuff like that. I've more than made my money back. Paid $10 for a whole box of RC car batteries and have absolutely been killing it on profit on this. Not sure if I'll ever find another find like that. So these were also a Salvation Army buy. This was I picked this up. They were running a sale where I think everything was $1. All the men's clothing was $1.99, and they had 3 of these Big and Tall 56-32 size jeans. They had like 3 of them, so I quickly picked those up. This one sold for $42.99. Levi 560 is a pretty good line, and it's not often you're going to find anything in that size, and there are people out there looking for it. So a little tougher to ship, but I was more than happy to. This I picked up at another local thrift store, Guayabera shirt. I was a little bit nervous because I found a few issues after I bought it, but paid $2 for it, sold for $14.99. This was a Goodwill bins pickup from months ago. Once again, at the time, I had no clue what I was doing at the bins. It's I don't know, probably paid $1 weight-wise for it. Finally took an offer of $5.50. Been sitting on this one for a long time. Just glad to get it out of my storage now. This was a return. I bought this, actually this came in a free lot of clothes that I picked up from a lady one time. Somebody bought it, even with my extensive measurements. They decided it didn't fit. They washed it, and it didn't come back in the condition that I had sent it in, but the guy admitted to it, and so I went ahead and let the guy do the return. I was more than happy to do it and turn around and resold it. Didn't get quite as much as I wanted initially from my original pair, but I think I took an offer of $15 on this one, and it sold with less than 24 hours after relisting, so more than happy to take that. Another battery, $14.99. Another HB Big and Tall 4XLT, once again a $2 pickup, $14.99. This is was in a lot of $25 fill a garbage bag lot, so this was one of the first that sold. $9.69 on the offer. If I can get that USC stuff out of my house, I'm more than happy. This was a yard sale pickup for about $4. Sold for $14.99. Sat on that one for a little while, but nothing terrible. Another battery, $14.99. Once again, all this is pure profit on that. This was coffee mug I picked up for 50 cents. Tabasco, that's from my neck of the woods back in Louisiana growing up. Somebody picked it up. I believe they made an offer of $11.69 that I took on it. So once again, VHS's guy that picked this up, I guess, really wanted it. I think I maybe paid 50 cents for the VHS, $13.99 on that. So this is that the big shirt. This guy really wanted this shirt, but he didn't really want to pay the $24.99. Went back and forth for quite a bit. Got him up to $18. I paid $2 for the shirt. I was happy with the $18. I probably could have sat on it for a while and gotten what I wanted for it, but I always say a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush sometimes. This was a new with the tags. I picked up at a thrift store. Probably paid about $3 for it. Ugly golf shorts, $19.99 full price. This one, I picked this up at a yard sale months ago. I really wish I hadn't have bought it because I sat on it longer than I wanted to, and I was lucky to get the $5.99 out of it. Goofy movie, 50-cent pickup, $7.99. Disney, I don't dive into Disney VHS too much. The thing with Disney is everybody that bought their Disney VHSs, they held on to it thinking it was gold. So there's ample supply of Disney VHS out there. However, a Goofy movie wasn't that hot of a seller, and it's just recently kind of trended and back into popularity. So at $8, I got my 50 cents back plus some. This was a Wrangler women's western wear pearl snap. Got a lot of low balls on this one whenever I listed it. Finally, I let it go for $12. Probably could have eventually gotten the 14 out of it, but oh well. This is my first Under Armour loose heat gear fishing shirt, vented. Got this for $2 at my local thrift store. Took an offer of, I think, $22.50 on it. So did pretty good on that. I don't know, I may have paid $5 for that thrift store. I can't remember. This was something I would never normally purchase. Covington brand is just not that great of a brand, but they are corduroy pants. This was part of that $25 fill a garbage bag with clothes, but it also had a tag on it. It was new with tags. Somebody made an offer of $14 and I took it. This was something I just had laying around my house. My son used to pitch, and he never used his J-bands to stretch his arms. So I figured I would list it. We're getting close to baseball season, and it sold at full price, $29.99. This was a really cool lot that I picked up a few months ago at a yard sale out of town. A guy had a bunch of vintage Generation 1 Transformers and GoBots. I wasn't a huge GoBot fan, but Transformers, that's my childhood. I really wanted the collection for my personal collection and decided I would sell the GoBots to pay for that collection. So it was a pretty big lot of Transformers. Went back and forth with them on negotiating the price. To be honest with you, I wasn't walking in expecting to find Gen 1 Transformers at a yard sale. That's just a rare find. And the guy was like, I was trying to figure out what he wanted for them. And he's like, well, you give me a price. I just see a bunch of pieces, parts laying around. I don't really know what all's in this lot. And so I was like, I don't know, like $25 or something like that. He's like, oh, you're going to have to do better than that. Well, man, give me a price. What do you want? But he didn't want to give me a price. He's like, you ought to look them up on eBay. And I had to explain to him, like, eBay is like when you're selling transformers and stuff like that, having all the parts is important. I'm not there sitting there trying to count out if they've got all their weapons, not making sure they have all their stickers, things like that, making sure that Optimus Prime has both of his fists. Look, if you're trying to sell it for a high price, then you need to do the dirty work of making sure that you know what you have. And he really didn't do that. His wife kind of butted in at some point. She's like, will you do 30? And I said, absolutely. There was a lot more money in that one, and I didn't really realize it at the time. But, yeah, so anyway, that was a long story just to say that this plus another GoBot that I sold pretty much paid for my collection of Transformers now. This was part of that $25 fill-a-bag. Ugly, yellow, vintage, Dickies pants. Some lady in New York, I guess, really wanted them. She offered 20. I was feeling generous. I really don't like these pants, I guess. So I took the offer of $20. This was a $2 find at my local thrift store. Guy paid $9.99 full price. Battery sold from same RC car. And this was part of that estate sale find where I picked up all the Sega Genesis games. I'm still slowly listing those. I don't know how many of those I just want to hold on to because I've already paid for my lot with a couple of sales that I've already had. I don't know. I've listed the really, really pricey ones, and somebody's eventually going to bite on those. But I think I may hold on to a bunch of those just until I get tired of them. I don't know. I guess this is why I probably should deal in clothes more, because I don't get attached to clothes. I get attached to stuff from like my teen years and high school, early years too. So all that to say, that was about $450 for a full week in gross sales. You know, I'm not like up there with top sellers. However, I do this very part-time. I run a regular 9-to-5 job. This is a show that you can do this part-time and bring in a pretty decent part-time income. With all that said, was there anything here that you thought was really cool? I don't know. Maybe things that I may have undersold, maybe things that I oversold. I don't know. Leave a comment down below. I love you very much, and laissez le bon temps rouler.